Hello, everyone. My name is Ty Bowers, and today I'll be talking to you about Starlink. So what is Starlink? Starlink is a satellite network developed by SpaceX, first announced in January 2015. Starlink's main goal is to provide low-cost internet to remote locations around the globe. The first launch took place on May 23, 2019, aboard a Falcon 9 rocket and contained 60 satellites. As of January 22, SpaceX has launched over 1,900 satellites, but one day hopes to grow their mega constellation to around 42,000 satellites. Now let's talk a little bit about the operation and cost of Starlink. Applying for Starlink only requires a few steps. First, you go on the website and enter your street address. After that, you should receive an estimate of when Starlink will be available in your area. After that, you can place down a $99 deposit, which will reserve you a Starlink terminal. Included in the Starlink terminal is a dish, the power source, and the router. Once you receive these items, you will pay the remaining $599 fee and then set up your Starlink terminal. Once this is set up, you will start to receive Starlink internet and then will only be charged $110 a month for the service. Starlink is still in its beta phase, so availability is pretty limited. Starlink is currently available to customers around between 43 and 53 degrees latitude. This includes the northern US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and parts of 10 other countries in Europe, including Ukraine, where SpaceX has reportedly sent thousands of these terminals to help aid in the war effort. Starlink hopes for the service to be globally operational by the end of 2022 or early 2023. Now let's talk a little bit more about those satellites all the way up there in space. Traditional internet satellites orbit at an altitude around 35,786 kilometers compared to Starlink satellites, which only orbit at around 550 kilometers. So the average lifespan of a Starlink satellite is around 5 years. So what exactly happens once that 5 years is up? Do they just become space junk? No. Starlink satellites are propulsively deorbited shortly after their end of mission life. Unlike other internet satellites, Starlink is put into low Earth orbit. This allows them to descend towards Earth, where they will burn up in the atmosphere after their useful life is over. While Starlink satellites are more sustainable than most other objects in space, there are still significant drawbacks to this initiative. First, Starlink satellites are responsible for over half the close encounters in orbit. This can add up to around 1,600 close encounters per week. A close encounter is defined as when two spacecraft pass within a distance of 1 kilometer from another. Scientists also hypothesize that the number of satellites being burnt in the atmosphere during the deorbit phase could eventually alter atmospheric chemistry, although the actual effects of this are currently unknown. Scientists and astronomers also fear that the sheer number of satellites in space could impact future images from highly sensitive telescopes here on Earth. Finally, the American Astronomical Society has also warned that the number of satellites could brighten the sky by a factor of 2 or 3. While the intention of Starlink is good and is being used to help people around the world, we cannot simply ignore the warnings of scientists and astronomers around the world. I wonder what the future of Starlink holds, or if there is a future for it at all. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.